Today we're going to be revisiting the Mooer GE200. Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, I do all sorts of stuff music related like tips, tricks, and tutorials, as well as gear reviews and demos just like this one. If you enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like button and consider subscribing. I wanted to revisit the Mooer GE200 since the GE300 is coming out, or is already out depending on when I post this video. The GE200 is a multi-effects pedal board unit from Mooer, and it's tiny, so small. It's this little small thing, has a nice big color LCD screen, and it's awesome. I mean, it really does a lot of stuff. This thing is feature rich for the price you pay and how big it is. Ever since I did my last review, I kind of wanted to give you guys a more in-depth view of what this thing can do and what some of its capabilities are. And that's actually really hard to do because there's a lot that this pedal does. And if I was gonna try and, you know, cram it into a 15-minute video or 7 or however long this video ends up being, there's just no way to do it without missing things. I mean, there's a lot of stuff on here. Like, for example, I didn't go into the looper function at all. I didn't talk about the tuner function at all, setting up the chain and the expression pedal and the different outputs you have and the different things you can do with it. In this video, I just focused on a few different settings that I enjoyed that I wanted to share. If there's anything that I missed that you were curious about, let me know in the comments below and I'd be happy to answer any questions to the best of my ability. That video that I posted is about a year old, so I've been using this thing for about a year now. It's still just as relevant as when I bought it. There's a lot of new stuff that's coming out on the market. I just wanted to take a look back at the GE200 to see, is it still a viable option in 2019, especially with the release of the GE300? And yeah, it fucking is. It's awesome. And it's really inexpensive too. I mean, I think you can get one new for $300. It's just a really cool unit. It's really served me well over the last year. Mostly what I use this now is I use it for band practice with American Me. I've been playing with them lately, maybe the past couple months. And for that band, I'm not doing a lot of effects. I'm not switching and doing all sorts of crazy footwork with my feet. I mostly am just dialing in one tone and sticking to that. And this thing, you know, does that really well. I use this in conjunction with my ISP Stealth, which is that tiny little power amp unit. Here, I'll show you. It's up here. This thing's pretty awesome too. It gets definitely loud enough for band practice. It would certainly be loud enough for live venues as long as you have a good PA and you're miking up the cabinets. Otherwise, you might have trouble with this. Once it gets too loud, it breaks up pretty bad. And actually, you know, I have a review on this. I'll link that up above so I don't have to talk about it too much. So this is my combination right now. This is my amp. And then this goes directly into a cabinet. As you can see, I can hold it in my hands and we're talking about 5 pounds worth of weight. So it makes it really awesome for lugging around and playing shows with. It just really takes a lot of the stress out of having to pack up gear and lug it around, whether you're playing shows or just going to practice or touring or whatever. It just really makes life a lot easier. I opted for this combination since, you know, it sounds pretty good. I mean, it definitely doesn't sound as good as my tube amp. It definitely doesn't sound as good as some of the other hybrid amps that I've had. I've used a Pod HD Pro plus a Marshall 100 in the past, and I really like the way that sounded. There's a lot of flexibility there, and especially with the FBV Line 6 board, there's a lot of cool stuff I could do with that. And I prefer using that still for Sacrificer because being the only guitar player in that band, I am switching it up a lot and using a lot of effects and stuff like that. But just for right now, for American Me practice, this definitely gets the job done. And it makes my life a lot easier because I can take my gig bag with this in the pouch into practice. Yeah, it's killer. It's super convenient. So anyways, I just wanted to revisit this thing, tell you guys my updated thoughts and opinions on it, and kind of talk about how awesome it is. If you're looking for some practical solution that sounds really good, that is versatile, and that has good travelability, is that a word? Is compact? We'll go with compact. It's compact and easy to use. I still really highly suggest this unit. It's awesome. Anyways, what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna walk through some of the features in the amp, walk through some of the effects, walk you through some of my favorite tones, give you examples of those, and just play around with it a little bit. Okay, let's cut to that part of the video. All right, so let me explain what I have going on here. I have the GE200 plug directly into my Apollo Twin Duo USB. There's nothing between, and all of the audio that you're going to hear is going to be no processing at all. The only thing that I might do is put a limiter on it in post to get the levels to match a little bit, but other than that, I'm not going to do anything to these tones. These tones are going to be exactly what you hear out of the GE200. Okay, so the first patch that I have loaded up here is the patch that I use when I'm playing with American Me. To be honest with you, I don't even know what the patch is. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I set this up. Here's what this tone sounds like. So the first thing I have going on here is I have an 808 distortion pedal. I have the volume set to 100, the tone at 55, and the gain at 0. And this is just giving a little tiny bit of boost in front of the amp just to make it bite a little bit harder. For the amp, I'm using the Powerbell distorted channel, which is the Engel Powerball. Gain's at 15, bass is at 90, mid is at 60, treble's at 76, presence is at 65, and the master's all the way up to 90. And for me, when I'm dialing in my tone, I want just enough gain to get the point across, but not so much that I'm actually fighting it and it's counterproductive, where it's causing unnecessary harmonics or string scraping sounds or XYZ. Too much distortion can definitely ruin your tone real quick. So that's why I have it set up that way. Moving on here, the cab that I'm using is an impulse response that I created myself using a Mesa 4x12. How exactly did I set that up actually? It's mic'd up with either a Shure SM57 or an Audix i5, I can't remember. Probably an SM57. Also, in the impulse response is the power section of my Crank Rev 1 Plus, which has KT88s in the power section. Now I do use this live, and when I do, I turn the cab simulation off and just run directly into my ISP Stealth and then into my cabinet. I have a few different impulse responses in here, and I'll go through them. That's my Mesa 4x12 center, and then I have a Mesa 4x12 mid. I think M might be medium, like as in distance away. Like I think I pulled the microphone a little bit further back for this one. And then the last one I have is S. They all sound pretty similar, I'm not gonna lie. I think this one sounds the best out of all of them though. Alright, so here's what it sounds like. So I'm just going to go a little bit deeper here and show you some of my favorite presets and maybe talk about some of the different amp models and stuff like that, just so that you can get a better feel for this. Because in 2019, this is still a really great option. Okay, so when I'm not using my own impulse response, typically what I go for here is the slow 412, which is a Soldano 4x12. Big fan of the EL34s on this thing. Mic SM57, center, distance, that stuff's all good. Here's what this cabinet sounds like. Let's just go through some of the other good sounding cabinets. The High Watt 4x12. The PV5150 412, or PV5050. It's a 5150 4x12. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff in here. There really is a ton of different amps, which is why this is such a good value. You get a fuckload of stuff in this little pedal. Here's the EV 5150. It's the Eddie Van Halen 5150. I'm pretty sure this is the Fender version. get the idea. Those are some of my favorites. There's tons in here, and let's change up the amp. So again, I'm just going to go through my favorites because there's literally tons of amps on here. J800, which is really JCM 800 Marshall. This is just with the same settings that I had from the previous amp, so you can really dial this in and make this sound quite a bit better, but just for the sake of time on this video, I'm just going to go through some of the different amps. You'll get the idea. Black Knight distorted. I don't know what that is. I'm probably going to have to post that on the screen somewhere. Mark III. This is a Mesa Boogie Mark III, I believe. It's Mark V distorted, which I feel like this should be a Mark IV, and maybe they just got the Roman numeral wrong. I don't know. I could be wrong. But anyways. Ooh, that thing sounds nasty. Triple rectifier, one of the staples of any amp sim pedal. Rocker Verb distorted. I actually had the chance to demo one of these recently for Bridge City Sessions. I'm really interested to play this now that I've actually demoed a real one, so yeah, let's see what this thing sounds like. I have a screen up here, that's what I keep looking at. Just making sure I'm in focus, because yeah, I've definitely shot videos before where I wasted 45 minutes shooting a tutorial or something like that, and then gone back to realize the entire thing was out of focus. So I bought this fucking monitor in the first place, so that I can look and make sure I'm in focus. I'm in focus. Yay. Ooh, Slow 100. The Slow 100 is a Soldano. The EV5050, which is the Eddie Van Halen 5150, the Fender model, I believe. So this is a newer one. I don't even think I've ever played this before, but it's a US Gold 50. No idea what that is. Again, I'll probably have to post that in the video here somewhere. Pretty cool. Not bad. Not bad. Pretty good. There's so many amps in here. It's ridiculous. There's just a lot. Let's move on to some of the different effects. So this is just my normal like lead channel that I use when I'm using this thing. One of the things that I dislike about using this, and I kind of criticized it about previously, was the fact that you can't turn the effects on and off, and that if you actually want to use them, you have to set different patches and then scroll up and down. Yeah, there's no way you're gonna get your toe in there to turn these things on and off. Moving on, you have your mods, which are, you have a phaser, a step phaser, a fat phaser, flanger, jet flanger, tremolo, stutter, vibrato, pitch shift. Let's just go through these things. Ah, shitballs. God damn it. Let's change guitars real quick. Fucking breaking strings and shit. Okay, you get the idea of what a phaser sounds like. Fat phaser. Flanger. Jet flanger. Tremolo. Stutter. Vibrato. Pitch shift. Neat. Detune. Rotary. And a course. Tri-course. Ring mod. A Q filter. A high pass. A low pass. Slow gear. This is like an automated volume. Lo-fi. Not sure exactly what that's doing, but interesting effect. Your digital delay. Analog delay. Real delay. Tape delay. Mod delay. Reverse delay. Ping pong. Dynamic delay. Dual delay. And that's it for the delays. Over in your reverb section, your room reverb, hall reverb, church, plate, spring, mod, cave, hello. And that's it as far as the reverb goes. So I didn't get too much into the compression settings, but yeah, that camera died. The compressors do kind of exactly what you would expect them to do. It just gives it a little bit more bite there. And then there's everyone's favorite part of this unit, the rhythm channel. I guess this could be cool in the situation that I was talking about before, like if you're on tour and you're using this thing to monitor yourself just to have some drums to play back to. But yeah, definitely not ending up on any albums. So I hope that this review gives you a little bit more insight into how deep this thing is and how much stuff it actually does. Like I said, to be honest with you, I think this thing is still a really great value in 2019. Probably will be a great value for a long time. And I actually use this thing live right now, mostly because I don't really have to do any switching. I just leave this on my rhythm channel. It might be a challenge if there's a lot of complexity in the songs, like you need to switch on and off reverbs and delays and use a bunch of different effects and stuff like that. I wouldn't recommend this for that type of guitar player, but if you just have a couple different tones that you switch through and you have your one main tone and then maybe like a lead and a quiet, I think it's really great. And I think you can really get a lot done with this pedal. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time. I'm out!